Alright, in this first PowerPoint project, we're going to be creating 4 slides that end up going to look like this. We're going to be applying a theme. We'll be adjusting the color of our theme partway through, using different layout slides, applying some graphics, and learning the various things we can do with graphics. Fairly straightforward. Let's get started. So first I'm going to do is start PowerPoint. The Windows key and type power. I spell it right. Power. P-O-W-R. And you see PowerPoint showing, and I hit enter. PowerPoint will fire up, and I will resize that to fit the recorded window here. We're going to start from a blank PowerPoint, but notice there are templates available. Lots and lots of templates for use. But we want to make sure you have the skills to be able to do that yourself. So we're going to start with a blank presentation. And there is your PowerPoint window. Starts with a title and then continues as you add slides. They'll have various formats of the layout of each slide. This is your navigation bar. The notes page also appears down below that most people don't know about. I want to be sure you understand your notes pages. They show up at the very bottom. You can open them up by clicking the little notes thingy there. We're not doing any special margins. We're going to start out with the standard format, but just so you know, if you are showing this on older displays, you can go to your slideshow and set up the show, and you can set up your page size somewhere in there. Is it in there? Or is it under? Where is my? No, that's not it. Let's try design. There is a place where you can set up your slides. There you go. Under design, customize, you can choose the old standard 4:3 aspect ratio, but more and more people are using the widescreen TVs, and the widescreen now is the standard. But if you're working with someone on an older PC, you can click to that. It's best to choose your format before you switch it over, otherwise it may not reformat nicely for you. So you have the various ribbons up there. The home ribbon is where we're going to be spending most of the time with. Very similar to other home ribbons, with paragraphs and fonts. A few more new slide things. You can zoom in and out the ribbon. We'll leave you to learn that as we go. Alright, so we're going to start a new slide, our new presentation, and we're going to apply a style. So we create our title slide, and before we put any content, we're going to choose our theme. You can have all the content and later choose the theme, but it's best, just like slide size, to know what your theme is at the start, because some themes aren't compatible with all the type of content you put in the right place. So I'll go to design, and under design you can choose your themes, and the theme we want to choose is this little guy right here, what's it called, the Wisp theme. We'll be changing that later, but we're going to start with the Wisp theme. And now we're going to add our title. Wait a minute, it doesn't look the same as in the book. Sorry, parcel. Sorry, not Wisp, parcel. Where's parcel? Parcel? I think they're alphabetized. Goblet. No. They ask for parcel. Is that it? That's gallery. No. Parcel theme is supposed to be that one. Yeah, that's it. That's the parcel. Pretty ugly theme. Don't worry, we'll be changing it to another theme later on. Okay, so our title is going to be Shelley Pet Hospital and Wellness Center. Just click on the placeholder. Even though I'm not typing uppercase, it is all uppercase because of the font that's designed in this template. And if we look at the Home tab, we'll see that that font is Gillian Sands MT. Pet Hospital and Wellness Center. And the subtitle, again, tabbing doesn't take us there. It sure would be nice. And the title, subtitle, we're going to be put here is Quality Care for Pets and Their Families. I object to calling pets members of families, but that's a whole other issue. Quality care for pets. Maybe I'll bring in my pets. I have about 200 of these lovely little cuddly creatures. Now, one horrible thing about this design is that even readable on the screen to someone, even of normal eyesight, anywhere further than 20 feet from the screen? I don't know who designed this theme to have such tiny font. What, 20-point font? I suppose on the screen it might be a little larger. 38-point. That sure looks a lot smaller than 20-point font. But good advice for you. Make your fonts readable. There are so many people. Oh, I could go on. Alright, so let's count. We're going to choose a different font here. Now they've realized that font is too small. And we're going to format those to be italicized. Let's triple click to select the whole sentence. Going to format to be italicized. And I hope that we enlarge it a little bit. Yes, we're increasing it to 32 point. Control Shift greater than. Works. And I see my font size changing up there. 32 points. A little slightly more readable. Why would the original design have that so small? I can't explain. And we want to emphasize quality. Double click on quality. Actually, click off and then double click quality. And choose the font for that one. We're going to choose a theme color because we're going to modify. Oh, no, they're not. They're going to choose a non-theme color, a standard color. Remember the difference between a theme color and a standard color. If I ever decide to change the colors, the color theme, standard color will stay a standard color. But anything in the color table will change with the theme. They decided they want quality to always be green. And they choose the green, not the, what is that? That looks like green. That's a light green. They choose the green, not the light green. Remember that if we ever change the theme colors, quality will stay green. Sometimes you want that. And now we're going to save what we have so far by clicking Control S. And I'm going to save it in my cs101 folder way over here in my documents. I'm on my laptop, so my folder structure is a little bit different, but I try to keep some organization there. And I'm going to call this PPT1. And I'm going to put my name and my last name in there, Manning. Actually, I'll pretend I'm Mr. Smart J. And since I'm section 1 or 2, I can put my section in there. But just put PPT1, your last name in there, in the title. If you want to leave the Shelley Pet Hospital, it will take the content of your title and put that in the proposed file name. And now I save it in a place where I remember. And if you want to use your OneDrive, don't forget to log out, or others will be using your OneDrive. So that was Backstage View that let us save that. Very similar to the Word file save. Now we want to add a slide. Now the easiest way to add a slide is just click New Slide up here. Click New Slide. It adds a slide automatically, a slide of a format title with content. Title and content. And I can also slide up and down between my slides in my presentation with this slider. This takes me through all my slides. I prefer just clicking on the slide I want to edit over here in the navigation bar. Now the content we're going to put in here is going to be a bulleted list, so let's first give it a title, Our Services. Our Services. Again, an automatically capitalized font. And then click in here, and we're going to add text. It has these little icons. We're going to learn these icons help us to add certain things. It's like we're too lazy to go up to the insert ribbon. Let's put them here as well. Could be confusing. Maybe it's convenient. But these are the same as insert something from over here. So, but if we just start clicking here, it will automatically become bulleted text. Now, I hate bullets, but we'll go with what the default is for PowerPoint. And we just start typing the bullets that we want to put in here. Emergency care. Again, a horribly tiny font if you're doing any type of decent presentation. I hope we come back and enlarge this font. If the book doesn't tell us to, I'm going to. But we'll type in the size that is there. Emergency care, X-rays, and laboratory. Oh, and underneath emergency care, we're going to have a couple sub-items. Now, this is where the tab is actually useful. The tab takes us in one level in the bulleted list. Another way you could do that is on the Home tab. There is the increase indent right there. But if you hover over that, oh look at that, it doesn't even tell you that a tab will do that same thing. Increase indent with the tab, X-rays, and laboratory. And just to make this a little more readable to you, I'm going to do a Control-A select all, which selects all in the text box where I'm at, and I'm going to do a couple of Control-Shift greater thans. I can always reduce the size if it wants to run out of the box. Because I'm indented, it assumes I'm still indented. And the next one I'm going to put, it is X-rays and laboratory testing, preventative care. It does have spell checking just like Word. Now I could increase my list level, or Shift Tab will decrease my list level. And I'll type routine checkups. Vaccination. They spell it wrong on purpose. Let's see if it does the correct spelling. Oh, why am I not getting red squigglies? There, finally when I hit enter, it gave me the red squiggles. I was expecting that immediately after the spacebar. Now, we can right click on that and see the suggested spelling correction. And I'm going to tab in for couple sub items. Oh, this is under preventative care, so this needs to be a sub item under preventative care. And sorry, not that one, this one here. And this is actually outdented. There we go. So Shift Tab to move that out. And now routine checkups and vaccination. Oh, and they have one more indent level under routine checkups and vaccinations. And that is for 1/3 of dogs and cats are overweight. And we would like to select a group of words and format them. So we're going to format routine checkups by clicking and dragging through routine checkups. and Control B. We're bolding it with the Control B or the B on the Home tab or the right-click bold on the pop-up menu. I prefer the Control B because I do that so often. Control B is a very handy key to remember. And we also want to increase the font size to emphasize those words as well. So while they're selected, Control Shift greater than, and then I see the size go up to 32. They have them still at 60 in a horribly small font in the book. And we're also going to underline 1/3. Control U, and it's the standard straight line. Remember, you already learned in Word that you can, oh, look at that. There is no other styles of underline in PowerPoint. I hadn't noticed that. There's only one style of underline in PowerPoint, unless I can hunt down in the extra font styles. Okay, now we're going to have another slide by going to the new slide up here, and instead of just clicking new slide, we're going to click the little arrow thingy right next to it because we want a different style than the default new slide. Click the little arrow, and we want the comparison slide. Looks like to content and comparison are very similar. I'm not sure what the difference is. They look so much like there, but we'll choose the comparison. That gives us a title with content in 2 boxes. And so let's see what we have to put in here. Obedience classes. Obedience is the very best way. Show that you believe. And then we're adding basic and advanced skills for our headings across the sky. Basic and advanced skills. And small group sizes being advertised. Small group sizes. And just to make this perhaps a little more readable to you, I'm going to push the size of my navigation bar smaller so the text here shows larger for you. Since I don't need to see that, I just know that I'm slide number 3. We're going to change that font from Gill Sans MT, which is the current font, so we're going to choose small group sizes. Triple click on that. And we would like to change the font to Cambria. Let's find Cambria. Now to find a font, remember you can just start typing it, C-A-M-B-R, and it shows up right there. And it also shows up as my choice. If I hit enter, it will make, well, what is it expecting that to make that Cambria? Looks like it, yeah, looks like it did. Still way too small for a good sign. Doing the same thing for basic and advanced skills. Triple click, and it will remember previous choices. There's Cambria now at the top of the list. Remember, I could have done my font painter as well. Now you're expert at the font painter. Now we're going to come back later and add the content using these little icons. But let's add the 4th slide, which is going to be a title only. Because we're going to learn how to manipulate images on our own rather than using these helpers to bring in an image. So let's add another slide. This will be the last slide in our presentation, and it's going to be title only. And we have a title for this one. The title is going to be Grooming Facilities. Okay, I'm going to save what I have. Now, perhaps somebody that has experience with audiences and knows that this is a horrible theme comes and says, you know, you should choose a different theme. This is not a very attractive theme. Let's go find a different theme. And they might even email you and suggest, you know, I think you should try the theme integral. Well, where do you change the theme? Remember, that would be under design. You can adjust your theme here and choose a variant and customize it. Let's just see if we can find integral theme. It's not that one. That looks a lot like it. It is, where did it go? There it is, integral theme. So we choose the integral theme. Now we don't see much difference here. We do see a little change of fonts in the title. But the main thing we see is in our title slide, we have integral title page has a special graphics on it. You're going to actually learn how to modify these master slides to affect every slide in your presentation. Very powerful skill to have. So apply the integral theme. Now I think they actually choose, did they not choose a variant? Maybe they come back later and adjust the variant on that. Notice how it changed around where our title showed up. That's the nice thing about themes, and if you use the theme placeholders correctly, you can go choose a new theme and not have it your title stuck out in the middle of some graphics. It will replace your titles, unless you have done your own special text boxes. Well, let's see here. We'll end about here, because after doing these 4 slides, the next thing we'll do is we'll be coming back and modifying the slides with pictures. That'll be on part 2. So we'll end it here. Give you the rest of the day off.